right. Thank you so much for joining me today, Michael. We're doing something a little bit different. These conversations that we're having are meant to be kind of like a behind the scenes look for potential business partners, realtors who are kind of looking at where their business could go. What is it actually like to be with eXp Realty and be part of Team Legacy? So before someone makes the big move in their career, they want to know, what does the culture look like? What does the support look
Sure.
like? Could they actually be thriving in this environment, or is it just a sales pitch, right? So for you to be here, Mikey, and share your story. You're really helping them imagine what's possible, to hear your journey of where your business was and where it's going. It's not a sales pitch. It's really just a chance to tell your authentic journey, what's working for you, how this company's impacted your life and your business, and kind of think about it like pulling behind the curtains, if you will, of the opportunities of what life is before you actually join. So let's just jump in and start with your story. For those of you who do not know Michael Bass, he's a top producer. He's incredible. He's a mentor. He's a business partner. We're just so blessed to be in business with you. But you just rocked this Houston real estate market. So who is Mikey, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been in the business now, and thanks for the introduction. I've been in the business now for about 12 years. Starting out, joined a top producing team, really got on the phones, learned scripts and dialogues and objection handling and all that good stuff. And then that kind of grew into a book of business that I have now, and thankfully I have like the vast majority of my business now is referral based and repeat business, so I don't have to do a lot of that. The grind work that I used to, and what I did when I started, and it all really was because of systems that I learned and gained along the way.
That's amazing. Okay, so let's get into the big picture, if you
Yeah.
will. Your business now versus where when you first joined eXp Realty.
Yep.
So since joining eXp Realty and Team Legacy, how has your business changed in terms of, can you talk about production, opportunities, income? How is life between, I mean, you've been here how long now?
Oh shoot, 8 years, maybe 9 years.
Yeah,
It's
how
been
have
something like
things
that. Yeah.
changed?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I guess it's changed tremendously.
Loaded question, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with everything, with the production, the financial, I guess, gains that come with that as well. And I'm big on systems, and that's the one thing that I think that was kind of lacking prior to moving over to eXp. And of course, when I joined, it was very early on with eXp, so there were some growing pains which we don't experience anymore at all, which is great. But they had a vision, and they had, a CRM that really was, automated, your own personal website, branding, things like that, that I hadn't really done a lot before. And so when I implemented that, my database at that time went in there, and then everybody goes in there, now. It just helped keep me on track. I know most people hear what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to keep up with your database, and you're supposed to reach out a certain amount of times a year. But how do you do that? How do you automate that? And how do you make sure that no one falls through the cracks? And that's where those systems come into play. And so I think that's the reason why it's helped me get to where I am now, because, you know, at least every 3 months, I'm checking in with my entire sphere that's in my software system, email, text, phone calls, video messaging, all of that kind of stuff, which has helped me now get to where, again, I mean, I don't make cold calls, I don't do open houses, but I still do a lot of business. I still get a lot of listings, a lot of buyer clients, primarily repeat and referral business.
What a dream. Okay, so I'm hearing automations, systems, leverage, more time, more money. What
Yes.
what does that look like in your personal life?
It looks great. I have a almost a 2 and a 4 year old. And of course, with my wife as well. We've been together. It'll be 20 years this year, and so she's seen all of that growing pain and growing with me as well. And so it's just great because travel, being able to travel more and not be as stressed. You mentioned like leverage and stuff, being able to leverage specific things out too, so you're not constantly just at the office grinding 24/7, which is what you feel like when you first start real estate. It's almost like you have to do that in order to build up that client base. And so that is kind of where what's my personal life has seen is I don't have to do that as much. So I still, work. I still come to the office, but it doesn't look the same like anymore. Now it's kind of like picking the kids up at 3:15 or something, or 3:30, going to swim class, doing this. And sure, you're still doing some stuff here and there on your phone, but it's not like I have to be up at the office until 6:15, 6:30 every night like it was.
Ah, that's life changing. Talk about working on your business rather than in your business.
Yes,
Okay, so let's talk about support and culture. A lot of people talk about culture and support, and then you join and you're like, what is this? This is not what I thought it was. So a lot of
sure.
agents wonder, what kind of support do you actually get? So for you, since you've been here for so long, from the standpoint of, leadership, training, community, what was the biggest impact of your success here at eXp?
I think it was being surrounded by people that were doing doing things better and at a higher higher production level than you were, and learning from them, and them being very open and collaborative with each other to be able to say, hey, this is exactly what I'm doing in order to hit this type of success. And that's the beautiful thing about our team legacy and EXP, of course, as well. But we have trainings each week. Every week, it's from a top producing agent that's killing it in something, whether it's short term or long term rentals or flips or this or that. You're always learning, and you're always surrounded by you know, those people and that are willing to teach you. And I think that's the key.
We both were at our last brokerage, like top producers, right? And it was so
Yeah,
cool to be the VIP and teach all the classes and be the coolest kid in the group until it wasn't, right? Like you want to be the big fish in the small pond until you realize that you hit a cap and you can't grow from there. So I love
sure.
independence mindset. Okay, so team legacy advantage. This is my favorite one, right? Because I'm the mama bear of the group. Now,
Yeah,
EXP has some amazing tools on its own, but team legacy takes it up just a little notch, right? So,
yeah.
how has being a part of team legacy, and for those of you who are watching, EXP is incredible. And then there's all these little groups of sponsors and co-sponsors and collaborations. And Team Legacy is our group. We have about 1,000 agents. How has being part of Team Legacy added value or to support beyond what the eXp Realty company already offers?
Yeah, there's one word, and I think everybody says it. It's probably overused, but collaboration is that. So when we have someone join, and this is EXP, but specifically Team Legacy, and whenever you have one of us as your sponsors or anything like that, it's almost like you're drinking water like through a fire hydrant or something. Like you get overwhelmed with so much stuff. And it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because whenever you're overwhelmed like that, you don't know where to start or anything like that. And I think that, Team Legacy, we've done a great job on guiding people through, say a first 16 weeks in your real estate career and being able to say, this is what you should do this week, and helping them along the way. The training and support that you get specifically with Team Legacy is top notch and phenomenal, but you're just always going to have support. We have groups through Facebook as well that's Team Legacy specific. Also, it's very active. People are just going in there asking questions. Open house help if you ever want open house, like all these type of things that Team Legacy gives that's so, I guess, easy to attain, and you won't ever join and think like, oh, what should I be doing now? There's always a guide or something that's been created and curated to make you the most successful in your business, from a brand new agent to an experienced agent.
I love that. Yes. And people hear team and they're like, oh my gosh, they're going to take half of my money. But it's
Yeah,
actually, like you said, a collaboration of all the agents. And just because of the way eXp is set up, we do it. We don't charge anything. So there's no
right.
percentage taken from your split. And I've learned so much. And just when you think you figured out real estate, you're like, oh my gosh, there's syndications and commercial. And there's so many different ways, avenues of wealth in this world. So it's
Yep.
really, really incredible.
Not to mention the trips and the happy hours and all that good stuff that we do as well, which is fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so much fun. Okay. So you've got your business figured out. You're working on your business, not in your business. You're able to do school pickup, which is incredible. What's next for Michael Bass? What's your vision for the future? I feel like your career and your life vision often changes when you can see
Sure.
what's actually possible, right? Like we might have a short-term vision and we think, oh, if I could just make 100,000, if I could just make
Yeah.
200,000. And so how has being here changed what you believe is possible for your real estate career and your life over the next 3 to 5 years?
Being in this business, the beautiful thing about being in this business is you realize that like you can always look up to someone else and you can always, get to another level. And that's, forever, it seems like unless you're, a multi-billionaire, it's like there's always levels that you can try to achieve. And so you learn from those people. And so what I need to and what's next for me is actually doing more leverage things personally that I have very stubbornly not done. And Amanda knows me really well, so that's the but yeah, so that is what I'm going to be working on to do because leverage is going to entail help me grow in my business, but also grow in other, ventures that I might want to do as well, to get, again, the financial growth and just the growth in general up even more to make leverage even more time and get more time back.
Right. Yeah, I've seen you grow as far as personal development goes, of thinking about business in a different way. It's not just trading time for money, right? Not just
Yeah.
commissions. You're looking at, especially with this market going up and down and sideways, I need multiple streams of income to make sure that if something goes up or down, I still have money coming in. So I think that
Yes.
the avenue of being able to invest in multiple different ways and learn different ways to make money and, own parts of different companies or have passive income coming in or stock, it's a game changer.
It absolutely is.
Okay, so last one, advice to prospective agents. If you're a realtor out there and you've been with your company for a long time or you're brand new and you're just like, man, I feel like I need to change or what's next for me or, my last year wasn't what I thought it would be, this is your chance to kind of speak to agents who are on the fence. So my question to you is if another agent is considering moving to eXp Realty and joining Team Legacy, hopefully as you as their sponsor, so you can kind of plug them in and guide them, because I wish I had someone like you 10 years ago. What would you tell them based on your experience?
So you don't know what you don't know. And I feel like there's just not a lot of people that know exactly what eXp and Team Legacies can do to help them get to that next point in their business. And whenever we, have these conversations with agents, we're we want them to tell us what their goals are. Like, what are those goals? It's not a our goal, it's their goal. And so we again curate specific systems and business plans for their specific goal set and mindset. And then from there, again, we have so many tools, systems already made and has been already, in my opinion, almost perfected. It's been working for tons of top producing agents that we can plug them into, get them help with automation and systems like that to grow their business. And that's the main thing I want people to understand is just how many systems that we have to make their life easier and to increase their business.
That's awesome. I love that you touched on it's not like a one size fits all business in a box. Everyone will
Correct.
have
Yeah.
different passions, different personality types, different ways that they want to generate business. And so we absolutely customize that. We've been there, done that, and we've got systems for it. Thank you, Michael Bass, so much for joining me today. I think anyone would be so lucky to get to name you as their sponsor and get to have you as a business partner. It's such a treat. What is the best way? Is it okay if I share your contact info
Yeah,
on this post, or what's the best?
absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, phone, email, text, whatever. Is totally fine.
Perfect. If you're interested or if you have any questions, we can do like a confidential meeting with Michael Bass and myself, and we will just see, what's working in your business and what gaps we might be able to fill. And I really appreciate you, Mikey. You've been an incredible business partner, and we can't wait to talk to you soon.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.